Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, I've got a fantastic story for you, one that's been told for generations, but is packed with timeless wisdom. It's a tale about brains over brawn, about a clever donkey, and a very, very hungry wolf. So grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's dive into this wonderful adventure. Once upon a time, in a lush green meadow, bordered by a dark, dense forest, lived a donkey. He wasn't just any donkey. He was known throughout the countryside for his quick wit and cheerful spirit. His name was Dusty. Dusty loved his life. He spent his days munching on sweet grass, drinking from a cool, clear stream, and enjoying the warm sunshine on his back. His owner was a kind farmer who let him roam freely, knowing Dusty was smart enough to stay out of trouble. Now, in the shadowy depths of that same forest, lived a wolf. This wolf, whose name was Shadow, was known for his cunning and his perpetually empty stomach. He was always on the prowl, his sharp eyes scanning the edges of the forest for an easy meal. For weeks, Shadow had been watching Dusty the donkey. He saw how plump and well-fed Dusty was, and his mouth watered at the thought of such a delicious feast. "That donkey," Shadow would mutter to himself, "looks so tender and juicy. He'll make the perfect dinner." One sunny afternoon, Shadow decided the time was right. He had been fasting for 2 days, and his hunger was a sharp pain in his belly. He crept out of the forest, moving silently through the tall grass, his gaze locked on Dusty, who was happily grazing near a patch of wildflowers. Shadow thought, "I'll just pounce on him. He's just a donkey after all. What can he do?" As Shadow got closer, he tried to make his approach as stealthy as possible. But Dusty, with his large, sensitive ears, heard the faint rustle in the grass. He didn't panic. Instead, he kept his head down, pretending he hadn't noticed a thing, but his mind was already racing. He knew running might not be enough. The wolf was fast. He needed a plan, and he needed one quickly. Shadow, believing his surprise attack was still a secret, finally lunged from his hiding spot with a fearsome growl. "Aha! I've got you now, you tasty-looking donkey," he snarled, baring his sharp teeth. "You're going to be my dinner." Dusty looked up, but instead of showing fear, he put on a look of mild annoyance. "Oh, hello there," he said calmly, as if a wolf threatening to eat him was just a minor interruption to his day. "I suppose you're here for a meal. Well, I can't say I'm thrilled about it, but a wolf's got to eat, right?" Shadow was taken aback. He had expected screams, a desperate chase, begging for mercy, not this calm, conversational tone. Yes, that's right," he stammered, a little thrown off his game. "I'm starving, and you look perfect." "I understand completely," Dusty said, nodding his head sagely. "But before you begin, there's a small matter you should know about. It's for your own good, really." The wolf squinted, his hunger momentarily forgotten and replaced by curiosity. Dusty lifted his back right hoof slightly. "You see this hoof?" he asked. "I have a very long, very sharp thorn stuck deep inside it. I stepped on it this morning, and it's been bothering me all day. Now, I don't mind you eating me, but if you do, that thorn is going to get lodged in your throat. It's incredibly sharp, and I'd hate for your last meal to be so uncomfortable. It could be quite dangerous for you." Shadow stared at the donkey's hoof. The idea of a sharp thorn scratching and piercing his throat as he tried to swallow was not appealing at all. It sounded painful, even deadly. He hesitated. The donkey seemed to be telling the truth. After all, why would he lie if he was about to be eaten anyway? It seemed like a genuine warning. "A thorn, you say?" Shadow asked, inching closer to get a better look. "A big, sharp one?" "Oh, the biggest and sharpest," Dusty exclaimed with great sincerity. "It's wedged in there so deeply, I couldn't get it out myself. Perhaps you could help me. You have such sharp eyes and a delicate touch, I'm sure. If you could just pull it out for me with your teeth, then you could enjoy your meal in peace, without any danger to yourself." The wolf considered this. The proposal made a strange kind of sense. If he pulled the thorn out, His meal would be safe and painless. He'd be doing himself a favor. It seemed like a win-win situation. The donkey gets relief from his pain for a few moments, and the wolf gets a safe and delicious dinner. His hunger was gnawing at him, urging him to get this over with quickly. "All right, fine," Shadow grumbled, feeling rather clever for thinking this through. "Show me this thorn. I'll pull it out for you. But don't try any funny business." "Of course not," Dusty said innocently. "I'm completely at your mercy. Just come around to my back here and get a good look. You'll need to get your face right up close to see it properly. It's really stuck in there." The wolf, completely fooled by Dusty's performance, trotted around to the donkey's rear. He bent his head down, squinting and peering intently at the bottom of Dusty's raised hoof, searching for the non-existent thorn. "I don't see anything," the wolf muttered, his nose practically touching the donkey's hoof. "Are you sure it's here? You need to hold still." "Oh, it's there. Just look a little closer," Dusty urged, carefully positioning his leg. This was the moment Dusty had been waiting for. He had the wolf exactly where he wanted him, distracted, head down, and completely vulnerable. With all the strength he could muster, Dusty drew back his leg and then kicked out with incredible force. Wham! His powerful hoof connected squarely with the wolf's head. Shadow saw a flash of stars and was sent tumbling head over heels, landing in a dazed heap several feet away. His head was ringing, his vision was blurry, and he had no idea what had just happened. All he knew was an immense, throbbing pain. Before the wolf could even begin to shake his head clear, Dusty was already galloping away at full speed. He didn't stop until he was safely back in his barn. The sturdy wooden door closed securely behind him. From a safe distance, he could hear the wolf's pained howls echoing from the meadow. Shadow eventually staggered to his feet, his head spinning and a massive lump already forming on his forehead. "That treacherous donkey," he howled in frustration and pain. "He tricked me. I should have known better than to trust my dinner." He limped back into the forest, not only hungry, but also deeply humiliated. He had been outsmarted by a donkey, and it was a lesson he would never forget. From that day on, Shadow the wolf gave Dusty the donkey a very wide berth. He learned the hard way that a clever mind can be a more powerful weapon than sharp teeth and claws. And Dusty? He continued to live his happy life in the meadow, his reputation for cleverness now legendary. He knew that sometimes the best way to face a big problem isn't with strength, but with a little bit of quick thinking. And so, the story of the clever donkey and the hungry wolf reminds us that intelligence and wit can triumph over brute force. It's a great lesson to remember in our own lives. When you face a challenge that seems too big to handle, don't just panic. Take a moment, think creatively, and you might just find a clever solution that turns the tables in your favor. Thank you so much for joining me for this story today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed telling it. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another one of our tales. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Dusty's clever plan. Until next time, stay curious and keep thinking. Bye for now.